this next topic here is this perfect. Eman just popped up on the perfect show to talk about all of this juicy content. I mean, it was so good that he broke his schedule last week. He was like, I can't wait to the end. I gotta go live now. I gotta go live now. And this is topic number 7 coming from CBR.com. Why Marvel ultimately decided not to recast.
I didn't know this was a topic.
Oh, you didn't?
I didn't know this was a topic.
Yes.
Man, I just came on here because of Iron Fist. You had my blood going with that.
Let's go. That's what's up. It was in the image. There we go. Why Marvel ultimately decided not to recast Black Panther's T'Challa. Kevin Feige explains why Marvel Studios opted not to recast T'Challa in Black Panther Wakanda Forever following Chadwick Boseman. That's not funny. Passing in 2020. Marvel Studios President Feige explained why they did not recast. It just felt like it was much too soon to recast, he said in an interview with Empire. Stan Lee always said that Marvel represents the world outside your window, and we had talked about how, as extraordinary and fantastical as our characters and stories are, there's a relatable and human element to everything we do. The world is still processing the loss of Chad, and the director and co-writer Ryan Coogler poured that into the story. Now, I don't have the video clip, but it was November or December of 2020 when Marvel was had a panel announcing their next slate of films and television shows. He broke many of our hearts around the country and world to saying that they was not going to recast T'Challa. And then later on next year, Eman possibly has the exact date. Producer Nate Moore, who brought us Black Panther, was on, I forgot the name of the podcast, saying that he won't be recasting the MCU. And this is a complete 180 right here. I was surprised and happy about this right here. I think I have this right here as well. Can y'all hear that? No?
Might have to change the audio.
Hold on, let me see if I can stop sharing.
Got captions though.
Okay, well, they can't unmute your guests because they chose to mute themselves.
Oh,
I don't know.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
He's an immensely talented actor. And I wanted to acknowledge the devastating loss of a dear friend and member of the Marvel Studios family. Chadwick Boseman was an immensely talented actor and an inspirational individual who affected all of our lives professionally and personally. His portrayal of T'Challa the Black Panther is iconic and transcends any iteration of the character in any other medium from Marvel's past. And it's for that reason that we will not recast the character.
I wanted to emphasize the last line of his quote because...
Do you want me to keep playing that? Eman, this is a complete 180, and I have to say I'm happy to hear this, but I know nothing is set in stone about how they're going to proceed, but this does give me hope. How do you feel about all this, sir? How do you feel? You're muted.
My bad. Sorry. Yeah, for all the people that were talking about recast T'Challa ain't gonna do nothing. What's a little petition gonna do nothing? What's that gonna do? Listen, it only has 60,000 plus people signed. It only became a nationally covered conversation on Entertainment Tonight, People, Ebony, Good Morning America, ABC.com. I mean, celebrities talking about it, social media influence, people trending this thing month after month after month. Matter of fact, y'all go ahead and whenever something happens Black Panther related, what starts to trend? It's T'Challa or recast T'Challa. And a lot of that pressure is because of the continuous desire to say, hey, we do want T'Challa to be, that presence, that we want that portrayal to continue. And that pressure is what prompted the people from Empire to ask Kevin Feige this question. In other words, if it were not for recast T'Challa, he would not have to explain why they did not recast T'Challa. And in an ironic sense, if he had just said this from the jump, in December of 2020, if he had just said, man, Chadwick was iconic, he was just so great, and because of that, it's much too soon to recast the character, I think everybody would have been like, yup.
You're right.
I think everybody. What do we have to say recast T'Challa for if you say, yo, it's just too soon? We need some time. We're not going to do that. We're going to tell a separate story. Okay. That's all we needed.
Right.
All we needed were some conditions, just something. But to come out and say that so final, we will not recast. And I need people to remember right after that, like literally a week or two after he said that, he doubled down on it in more outlets. They interviewed him again. What did you mean? We will not recast. He doubled down on we will not recast. Not for Black Panther 2, not for the time being. We just not going to recast. That level of finality is the problem from Marvel. And what kills me about it is the fact that this was scripted. They sat and planned this. Everything you just saw in that D23 presentation was planned and scripted on a teleprompter. Because that's the way I've been to D23. I see how they do it. It's a big old teleprompter screen with all the words that are already there for them to say. So that's exactly what he was doing during that time. So for them to come out and say that was like, what are y'all doing? Like, how could you jump to such a conclusion and close the door? And for someone like Kevin Feige, who's like the master of being vague, the master of being coy about stuff and leaving things. What does he usually say? Anything is possible in the MCU, but this ain't possible. So yes, this is what prompted the entire campaign. And I'm happy that this campaign has forced Marvel to change their tune. It's literally making them put a condition in when they didn't want to. Even Nate Moore prior to that. Well, you won't see T'Challa in 616. That still would have been something. If you had said that before, we would have been like, okay, all right, multiverse variant. Okay. But y'all didn't. This was the bed y'all made. And y'all had to lay in it until we pushed you out of it with this whole campaign. And we still gonna keep pushing until T'Challa's on screen.
Right on.
So yeah, I'm happy, and I hope everyone behind the Recast T'Challa campaign can find at least some level of victory in this. It's not obviously it's not a complete victory, but we made a difference. And this is what I was trying to push people to understand is that Marvel listens. Marvel reacts. Marvel is not like DC or Warner Brothers or whatever. They will adapt depending on how you approach them. If you come at them all hostile, like that's not going to change their tune. Because look at the perfect example. Look at what they're doing at She-Hulk. All the guys, the toxic males and all this stuff that MCU and too many women in the MCU. What is Marvel doing? They making fun of those same people, right? But the time that people sit here and be like, yo, save Daredevil, that campaign that went viral, what happened? Marvel was like, yo, people love Daredevil like that. All right, cool. We gonna bring him back. That's the same energy I wanted with Recast T'Challa, and slowly but surely, I hope we're getting there. Now, I don't think we're gonna get there the way we want to, but we're making some progress, and that is something to hang our hat on.
Yes, sir. I love it, man. Thank you for all of that. There's so much passion and energy coming from you, brother. I feel it. I love it. All that good stuff.
My hill.
Yes, it is his hill. It is. He's the man that came up with the petition right here on change.org. And just in case to shut down anybody's misconception, hashtag Recast T'Challa is not calling for an immediate recast. When this come out? April 2021, right?
April 2021. I want people to understand Marvel agrees with us.
Yeah.
They agree because that was the first tenet.
And Recast T'Challa is not preventing anyone else from taking over the role of Black Panther, aka we have no issue with Shuri or any other woman taking on Black Panther. Let's see it all. We just don't want you to kill T'Challa. Let's get them both. We don't have to do any replacing. Let's exhaust as many stories and as many characters as we can for both T'Challa, Shuri, and anybody else that is worthy. And again, this is good news for me. I agree with everything Eman said, and I'm happy. I was sad, but this does give me hope that we're not going to get them recast in Wakanda forever. That's common sense, but maybe in the future Black Panther sequel, we do have some hope. And if you want to read this, this article is in the description box below for you to read at your own leisure. Let us know how you feel.